Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It's another cheeky, what did I call this nonsense today? Hang on a minute, I'll tell you. My mouse doesn't work. This is the weekend wandering, whispering. I'll put weekend in it twice. It's good. It's good. It's a good start. Right, it ain't gonna be a long one. Can you hear me all right? Hello, Dark Danger, my old friend. It is a little bit sensual. You know what I done, Jess? I actually went on to the Scrubs lifeboat and I searched Jess, I searched Bards, I searched Amigos. I wanted to make sure I wasn't cucking anyone. The old grey whistle dange. I like the sound of that. I think we can go a little bit more tick because I'm a little bit more close up. That's better, isn't it? Leon's not here and doesn't watch the channel anyway. Nice to see you, Leon. Steve says I sound like Joe Biden. You can't win them all, can you? The thing is, I've got my head forward. It makes it look like I've got a tiny little thin body. I mean, it's not massive, but it's not that thin. Can't win them all, can you? That's my new one. But you can hear me. Remember, Strata, Super Chat, Entropy and Substack. The show will start in a minute. Thank you, Packer. Let me get that entropy sorted, then we can get the whispering varps. I'll turn it up a bit because it's a bit quite funny when the whispering is shattered by a varp. This is a dual stream. We'll just be chatting. You can hear me all right though, right? Better for the older nodules, I must say. This won't take a second or two longer. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here, so it's only going to be about an hour, but nice to check in, isn't it? Nice to check in on the weekend. Sitting there putting finger loonies. Oh, come on. Hello, Ruskenthal. Oh, Rusky sent me an email. He's having a good time, bless him. Put an R in the chat for Rusky. Spent years setting something up and putting loads of effort into it, and it's largely his livelihood as well. And then I won't go into too much detail because it's not my story to tell, but off the back of unnecessary COOF regulations that have now finished, he's been proper stitched up. Well, I certainly hope it ain't 3 hours because it's a bit long. I do want to get into bed. Yeah, good call. He's had quite a shit time of things recently. I was talking to him yesterday and trying to motivate him a bit, but it's quite tricky when, you know, because life does throw you curveballs. Life can be fucking hard, and sometimes you just have to. All you can say to someone is, "Yeah, that's fucking awful." You know, mope around a bit, and then you got a couple of options, haven't you? Dust yourself down and get on with something else, or fuck it off. Bit of coconut with a straw in it. It's nice though. They bake those coconuts. It's a whole coconut. It's a bit like the galan actually. They put them in a fire, and what happens is the heat draws all the sweetness out of the coconut flesh, so it's in the coconut water. Coconut milk isn't really a thing. Coconut milk is just coconut that they've mashed up and put some sugar with. But so it's actually sweet. It's almost got a caramel. Let's see. Welcome to the Cambodian Khmer cooking channel. Hello, John. Good to see you. It is exactly that, John. You've nailed it. I mean, if the missus wasn't a kid, I've streamed here at 4 or 5 in the morning screaming. But I just want to I want to keep her, she's tired. Watson, hello, John. Yeah, never give up. Yeah, I think it's fair to, feel the punch in the face, feel it, be a bit unhappy. Don't pretend it hasn't happening at all. I don't think that's wise. But then, week, 10 days, it's time to start getting busy again. What's the name? Hello. Baked my coconut 20 minutes ago. Steady. A bit late for that, isn't it? A bit early. Hello, Hans. You can make a stream where you eat lots of stuff and smack your lips between whispering. Oh, can you make a... Yeah. Aramas has been having a bad day, and yesterday. Got to shake it off, yeah. I mean, in fairness, it's been more than a bad day for Rusky. But, there you go. Leon's just IV, just intravenous, just saying it how it is. It isn't a ASMR, it might be. Is it whispering Keith Harris talking about his knob? You see, the problem there is you've brought up quite the debate really there, Maltese Welsh Elvis. Because is it knob or is it knob with a K? I've always struggled to know, is it, you're talking about glands, but is it knob with an N or knob with a K? Hello, Rob. Nice to see you, mate. Vart! That wasn't quite loud enough to make it entertaining for you, look, was it? That was just rubbish. Hang on, Eric. That's a 10-bit. Nice one, mate. Just donated my mum's knitting projects to the neighbour lady. She'll find homes for them, being a crafter. Carry the name forward with the work, even after life. Bit of community. Well, good call, Eric. Good, absolutely good call. Like my mother's been collecting stamps for years, like decades. And she's got loads of first day covers. She always talks about first day covers and some quite rare ones, And when she carks it, I see a lot of people's parents die and they just get someone to empty the house into a lot of skips. Or you get those people who come in and they take everything that's worth something and throw the rest away for you. But I think it's a little bit... I'm going to turn that up a bit because it's a bit more fun. I think it's a little bit off, Okay, so it might take me a few weeks to go through my mum's stuff. But, there might be like some teenage stamp collector might appreciate all those stamps, Yeah, that. Dad's Grot Mags, Thank you, Eric, and good call as well. That is a good call. Hello, Jack. Nice to see you, mate. I showed a couple of your clips you sent me on this morning's stream. Jack's having a whale of a time at the moment. It's his place to tell you, but he's absolutely living it up. Nice to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Thanks, Eric, for that donation as well, mate. Dennis is saying it's knob. Dennis says knob is doorknob. Hello, mate. How are you? Truth Seeker 666. Nice, old boy. Thanks, old boy. What's the name? Lived in Knob. Knob Noster. You Knob Noster. Take it for its worth, which isn't much. Knob Noster. I mean, if that doesn't sound like something oral genital, I don't know what does. Real Vincent Griffin, ASMR whispering stream is okay as long as you don't do any bikini hot tub streams. So you don't want my missus and her friends in the hot tub in bikinis. Oh, I'll cancel it. I'll cancel it. You did see a low down dirty Shane in here, isn't it? No, exactly that, Eric. Same as that with my mum's stamps, and there's a few other bits and bobs that I think fucking Ada, that needs to see that. Stanley Gibbons is certainly a name that heard mentioned over the years, yes. Fucking hell, that needs turning off as well. She's going to think I'm running some kind of carnival in here. Stanley Gibbons stamp albums, that's them. Can't throw away the Mayfair Summer Special. Nice one, Anglo. True Chicago. Hello, Mucker. Wait, guess what I had tonight? Why I know that. Oh yeah, wag. I had one of them wagyu. One of those wagyu steaks. It's fucking brilliant. When I got it out, right, it was about inch and a quarter deep, about that long. Sounds like a knob noster, doesn't it? And my missus says, "What are we having?" I said, "Well, you make the salad and I'll cook the steak." And she went, "What? Just one?" I said, "You won't eat that to yourself." She went, "No, I will." She said, "You never make enough steak." I said, "Well, look, let's just try it, and if it's not enough, we'll eat something else a bit later." She went, "All right." Cooked it. It's so fucking rich and dense. It was lovely though. Vegetable cleaver just went. I cut it into little strips after it was cooked. And we had it. Oh, it was so good. I have to say, noticeably different. I feel a little bit with these things. It's a bit like that honey that was all the rage. I used to have a junkie used to knit me carrier bags of the stuff. What was that honey from New Zealand? Only made by a certain bee. I can't believe I can't remember it. There was a junkie in Soho called Chris, funnily enough. Several of them. And he used to do all the Hollander Barretts around Covent Garden, Soho, and come back with like a big carrier bag. And, these were like 40 quid a jar. And all the Chinese prostitutes would buy them off me. They'd give them to me, and I'd just go around all the Chinese brothels and I'd sell them one of those pots for a tenner. But I'd still get like 400 or 500 quid for a bag, and the junkie only wanted like 30 quid for them. Good little business for a while. But I did feel like it was a bit of a con. Nice honey though, very particular flavour. But that wagyu or wagaru or whatever it is, steak, it was the first one I've ever had. Bloody lovely. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Anglo. Yeah, I absolutely did jump, yeah. Dennis noticed it as well, look. Yes, Rufus, I got caught out. Oh, Vincent noticed it. Truth Seeker just said knob lobster. Right, there you go. That's it. Is it pronounced Wagyu? Yeah, I have to say, it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. Yes, John, it is. It is working. Just got a reply. He's just about to do his own live, but he's going to message back after. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Chris at chrisdangerfield.com. It's all up and working. No, not Hanneken, but that rings a bell. Manuka. That's the fella. That's it. Spelt with an A though. Manuka. Manukani. He's well nice, but you get like different grades of it, don't you? Like 20 plus, 30 plus, like fucking salvia. But yeah, he used to nick it. I used to sell it. I had quite a business in the old Manuka honey there for a while. Yeah. Maltese Welsh Elvis, a few beers and a knob noster on a Saturday night. Yeah, that's the stuff. I do find it delicious. I used to mix it with Greek yogurt, a bit of no, just natural yogurt actually, not Greek. Natural yogurt, a bit of real vanilla out of the pod, and a couple of spoonfuls of that Manuka, bung it in a liquidizer. That was nice until I got clean and I couldn't understand why I was drinking a pint of that every day. Best comment so far goes to Leon, who doesn't watch the streams. This extreme whispering is making me feel like I'm watching something which will make a SWAT team bash my door in at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I was getting that feeling. I was. It gives it a sense of It gives it a sense of the clandestine. Be very quiet, we're hunting rabbits. It's pronounced. Pags is telling me how to pronounce Wagyu, when he spelled Manuka. He thought I was going on holiday to Menorca. Steady on, Jess. You've got a very good reputation down here. Don't throw it away on one cheap joke, please. Please don't do that. John just says, Nobber, what's name thinks it's the funniest thing ever? Shane's agreeing. Right, hold tight, everyone. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock, your UK time, Rags is streaming with Mrs. Me in it, Ian Marr, and Jack London. So tune into that and watch Ian and Jack and Rags try and get a word in edgeways. Vincent thinks it's pronounced Wagyu. Hello, Raymond. Raymond, you've already said something, but I don't think I said hello to you. Knob Noster, named after the Phoenix vampire that frequented the salons. I got a sense of, it's Nosferatu. That's why I got a sense of the vampire from it. SUBSTACK, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. The old lady's asleep. I've had some real life crime stories sent in to me. Some of them I'm questioning their authenticity, but I might run them anyway. I'll let you decide. More than 2 as well. Chris's Red Rooms. Oh, Dennis, steady, mate. Good Lord, I got farted out of my seat. I just burnt my mouth and probably my coil. Give me a couple of seconds. I've got to say though, the old bins have been brilliant. Don't feel headachy. No, I didn't really tell you. Hello, Martin. Yeah, big late one, son. Nice to see you. I didn't really tell you, but I've been having a lot of migraines a little while back, and normal headaches. But even when I wasn't having headaches and migraines, there was a sense of a headache in the post almost all the time. That's gone. That's gone since I got these. Ian's Marzipan's only been telling me to get my eyes checked for about a year. Same with the Ethernet cable. There's the link to Rags' show. If anyone else wants to advertise their more interesting show, just let me know. I'm just prepping the coil. Steady on, women. Just prepping the coil. That's 2 o'clock in the morning for me tomorrow. Unfortunately, I like to sleep with my missus some nights when she's here. She lives here now, by the way. This is her full time. We finally moved in together. I've never lived with a girl. But it's working out an absolute treat. Just prepping the coil. I'll be back with you in a couple of seconds. Hello, Snoopy. Nice to see you, son. Snoopy, you've become a bit of a regular. Lovely to see you. It's always nice. You're over the pond, aren't you? I have actually got a couple of things to show you. I've got a couple of things to show ya. So, did anyone see Harry Truck TRUK Harry's new video? Now, he's done this video about testosterone. You can buy over the counter out here. Fuck your keto diet, just jab it in your leg, you'll be alright, son. And he's talking about ketones and eating well and getting your testosterone up. All good stuff, you know. I think that's a good thing. I think that's it's much in the same ballpark as what we do here, you know. Personal development, looking after yourself, being better at your own life. But I'll tell you what was weird about it, and I'll tell him this myself, this isn't gossip. But he went for a very straight presentation. It was all very sort of, I think he obviously scripted it first, and it's sort of, in the UK in 1919, not that early, in 2019, a survey came out that said men between the ages of 22 and 35. And I thought, he's missed a trick there, because Harry's actually got quite a brutal sense of humour. When I talk to him off air, he's brutal, actually. He can be very quick, very funny. And I mean, it's not my place to tell him how to stream, obviously. But I think if you're gonna be talking about something as essentially boring as diets, you should give it a little bit of give it a bit of oomph, you know, give it a bit of whoopee, give it a bit of how's your father, do you know what I mean? Ouch. Is the UFC on tomorrow? Is the UFC tomorrow? Paul Nutsack is leaving the White House. What a surprise. Will Smith has left the academy. Who cares? Just more about him. Oh, I upset everyone. I stopped people from being able to celebrate their wins. Just shut up then. Shut up then. If you're going to leave the academy, do it silently. Don't, he's still making excuses. Fuck off. Go on, up it. Why don't you leave the academy 6 months down the line rather than try and get more column inches, draw more attention to you? And I will say this, he was a prick for doing that. You don't hit people for telling jokes. But the poor bloke, and I mean that, he's having a breakdown. He's having a breakdown. Why? Because he's got a psychotic, cheating, cuck-thirsty wife. Cuck-thirsty. You can use it. Take anything you want from here, really. And she's just turned him into a broken, frail, upper middle-aged man. What a terrible shame. I'm just going to do this in front of you all. It's not that pleasant. Okay. Right. Fucking hell. All I have to say, though, that makes me appear a little bit Will Smith. I just don't want to wake her up because I love her too much and I want her to have a lovely life. Rag says, Jess, the Bard admin meeting were blowing sunshine up your bum. I'll let you deal with that, young Jessica. Liberty et Lesieur, hi, my friend. Hope you're well. Enjoy these late night streams. Yeah, they're cool, aren't they? They're cool. I enjoy them. Yeah, not enough juice in the tank there. Hello, Nicholas M. Talk about your tattoos. If you want. I've been asked many times. I'll go through them if you want. I've got fuck all else to talk about. Do you regret them or any of them? I don't have regrets really because they're kind of a waste of time. There's a couple that, I mean, they all say nonsense, but there's nonsense that's a bit funny, and there's nonsense that's just a bit, whoa, where were you when you when you were thinking that? I just had a new one done. Look, it's Morse code. No, I like them. I like them. That's all of them, really. No, I like them. I like having tattoos. I might have another one soon. Bit of fun in it, you know. I think when I have a tattoo, I'll just remind myself that farting now you're taking the piss. It's it's a bit of mortality, isn't it? You know, oh, don't have a tattoo, it's forever. Correction. It's not forever, it's until you die. Right, and that's not forever. I'm sorry to let you know, but no, I don't regret any of them. If anything, I wish I'd had more. Although I might get a pack of spikes from the chemist and some Indian ink, and now that is dodgy because that's how I done div, and I also done that when I was a youngster. So I might get a 1 mil and some Indian ink. That's when you'll start seeing really crappy ones turn up on my hands. So, and you know, maybe if me and the missus go out and have a couple of gin and tonics, she might wake up with a one-winged moth on her tit. Hello, Dr. Jimmy. Hello, Shell Bobs. Now, it's up to you, Shell, but please tell me you didn't lose your bottle and sell your shares when they all went down, because they've all crept back up and mine have fucking gone good. I mean, I haven't got a lot of money in them, but the percentages have been good. Hello, Mark. Hello, Frenchie. Why am I? Are you being quiet at home? Is there a kind of contact quietness going on? Jess saw the premiere. It was weird. Yeah, be a little bit careful around internet types, Jess. Not to be trusted. They are here. Truck lives matter. Sell it, son. Sell what? Jimmy, the missus is asleep. All right, John, you have dinner, son. Not a problem. Yeah, but Vincent says it's the UFC tonight, but I think it's Sunday morning for me. It's about 7 o'clock your time. It's 2 a.m. here. I think I have it for breakfast on Sundays. Nice one, Alan. Hello to you. Hope you're well. Alan, I found out that we haven't done any private streams for ages. I think it was a combination of the diazepam and the migraines, but I'm going to put it right and double up. So that will be this month. And apologies, I don't know if you were here when it came up. Raymond says homosexual panic. Jesus Christ, Raymond. That's a bit strong. Nice one, Alan, for the 5-bit. How much fun was it to type though, Jess? Jess, you say it as well. Dennis says you'll get more donates now. You'll get more points for grammar and spelling and sentence structures and syntax and variable not found. Have they taken the Oscar back? That's interesting. I didn't think about that. Fucking hell, well, this is where the Varts originally come from, wasn't it? It was giving me the proper fears. Nice one, Vincent. I didn't give you a donation for the Mad stream. Cheers, Chris. It was a good one, wasn't it? It was a good. I really enjoyed it. I said it at the time. You know, they're my favourite band. It was very exciting. And there was a bit where he said, well, most of the time working with Jason, I'd be just mixing it and they'd be in and out of consciousness on the sofa behind me. And that's exactly what happened in Household. I'd come up, I'd go to Mumford's and I'd play him a song on the guitar. We'd come up with some parts for it. We'd put the bass and the drums down and then the guitars, then I'd sing. Then we'd put some sound effects in. That was my job done. So I'd just hit one up. and then just go to sleep. Wake up 10 hours later, Mumford's still at the mixing desk, like. But I stayed up all night writing the songs, so, takes one to know one. Thank you, Vincent. Very kind, very generous. Eric says, I've always been kind of lame. You sure you have, Eric? Come on, man. Who told you that? Because someone did. Vincent, thank you again for that. And yeah, it was a cracking stream. What a pleasure to get someone on who's, he worked in the industry for years, and we had an expert on. We actually had someone on who knew what he was talking about, which makes a change on this stream. Eric, who told you you're kind of lame? I bet you're not. I bet you're not at all. But my ex never made me more lame than I was. Actually, most of her friends were terrified of me. Oh, he's so like John Wick, but kind of fat and lazy. John Lazy. Old Eric John Lazy. You're not kind of lame. I'm not buying that. No one's kind of lame. Hello, D. The illustrated man. I've only actually got one illustration. Alan says, you got this. Jess wants another one. Yeah, but I really enjoy the process, Jess, but that Morse code one, I fell asleep. He woke me up, and when it's done, I was like, I wanted myself harm. Didn't get it. John got a tattoo when he was 16-ish. Kind of regret it. There's a couple I'd rather had, but it's not the end of the world. Nah. I would regret it if I had a early to mid-90s tribal tattoo. I'd be gut. A big one on my shoulder. Oy, oy. And you see those people that are covered in tattoos, or have got a lot, you see those big chunks of black where they just blacked them out, and you just think, Crow's lurking. Nice to see you, Crow. Some's thinking of having a barcode tattooed on his boot. Speaking. Some's thinking of having a barcode tattooed on his bald head. I've seen it a lot. Some, to be honest with you, at the back, in the middle, aka Aliens 3, is it? It's quite. I'll tell you what, look, I'll put you off that immediately, watch. Well, it might not put you off it, but it should. It would be. Yeah, okay, look, all I've typed into Google, right, was barcode tattoo back of head, right? Now have a look at this. Oh, come on, mouse, stop ficking me about. You are so farty now. Look how many have come up there. Some, all there, all there, all them, all them, all them, all them, all them, all them. Oh my days, look at that, what a terrible mistake. Look at the numbers, awful. Oh no, this one's got music as well, got notation. Gross. Oh no, no one was impressed. And I wonder if that QR code is like their band that is going to split up in 4 months' time, and the website's going to go down. Oh dear, sticky tape barcode tattoo. Oh no, don't have price this. No. They haven't done their research either, because barcodes have actually got, oh dear, blatant chunky. Look at the methamphetamine on this fella. face tattoos are really not great, are they? Well, I don't know. It's not for me, but I can't really talk. I've got some very unnecessary tattoos. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What's the attitude to tattoos in Cambodia? Well, they don't really appreciate foreigners having the sakyants, the Buddhist tattoos, as they shouldn't, because it's not their culture. Leave it alone. And they do them for aesthetic purposes. But in Cambodia, they don't like people walking around without their tops on. I mean, look, if I take my bins out in the morning, I won't bother putting a t-shirt on. I'll just have my cremor on. But if you go out to bars without a top on, then everyone sort of frowns on it. I quite like that, really. Who wants loads of louts just walking around with their tops off? It's a bit drinking beer, isn't it? I can't believe I just accused something of being a bit drinking beer. Right now, Brad emailed me this. Brad is a scrub, and I asked him if I could read it out, and he hasn't got back to me. The Waffler, hello the Waffler. Women with tattoos are spiteful mutants. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but some of them are. Brian, I did too. Brian, was it NASDAQ? But Brian, was it NASDAQ by any chance? Because my stocks investments aren't about dividends. I don't really know that side of it. It's just a long-term thing. But I think it was about 8 or 9 quid off a NASDAQ. I was like, fucking hell, that's not bad. I ain't got a lot of money in it. It's only a few hundred. Now, I asked Brad if I could read this out, and he hasn't got back to me, but I think he'll be alright because he's a cool guy. This is what he wrote to me, ready? Brian, let me know who you got that divvy off. And it's nice to see you again, of course. Hello, properly yourself. Nice to see you. Hello, hoax. I listened to what Brad said. The email is called A Little White Pill. As I said, a little white pill. My 5-year-old niece recently learned about the Easter story at school and ended up watching some kids' Bible stories online that she sought out herself. She asked if Jesus died in the cave, and my dad said on the cross. She got upset about Jesus and then said to my mum, I'm a Christianity. Lovely, actually. Lovely. What a lovely thing to say. And actually, kids are quite clever like that because Christianity is a group, and you are a Christianity to an extent. Good to know, Alan. I certainly will make up for it. Thank you, mate. I did say to anyone who feels like they've been cheated, just email me and I'll refund you because that's not good. Raymond went for a tattoo piss and totally slurred his words. Most tattooists won't tattoo you drunk. Out here they will. They'll tattoo you if your friends bring you in on a stretcher. Same in Thailand. But I think it's because they're skint. But hello, Pizzle. Good to see you, mate. Hello, 42. Good to see you. Hello, Zeitgeist. Someone else said Biden, you bugger. Oh, you dirty little bugger. Go and piss off up your own head. Hello, La. Nice one, mate. Nice to see you as ever. Wait to that. Did he have a beagle? Was it a beagle? I always remember it was a staff, but Only because I'm biased towards stats. D says you only live twice. Shh. Twice. Is that a Sean Connery accent? You only live twice. 42 is live with Scott's Armour. 8:30. Bloody hell, I ain't going to be able to get a word in tomorrow, am I? We've got the Bards followed by Scott's Armour. I'll have to do mine before all of them tomorrow, then I might just do an early one. Get it out of the way. Hello, Dot. How are you, Dot? Hello, what a lovely name. Is it Dorothy? Hello, what a lovely young lad you've got. He does ride a BMX at 50, but apart from that, I like him a lot. So I hope you're well, Dot. I hope you're having a nice weekend. And enjoy your life, because it's good. It's good, isn't it? Goes quickly, though, doesn't it? Good Lord. But I suppose when you're having fun, it does. So you've obviously had fun, if it has. Hello, Sufist. Good to see you. Sigma Sneed said Hitman video game tattoo. I don't know enough about Hitman video games to know. That's what Rag said. Very tacky. Is it quite a classic? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that then. Let's find it. Hang on. Hitman video game tattoo. So is this a bit of a classic, is it? Oh no. It's got a bit of the older tribal sort of. Oh, the barcode. He's got the barcode as well. No. Sumster, don't do it, man. No, it's your head. Sure, your barcode. Okay, so now I've made the links. Links have been made. Hang on a minute. Packer's got in on the entropy there, and it would look like I've missed him. It looks like he's already done the off. I hope you're still here, Packer. You doing the off done a boozer? Miss Packer loves it, doesn't she, when you piss off her? Give her a bit of peace and quiet. What happened there? Oh, come on, mouse, just fucking work. Packer said this over on stream. I can't believe I've done 44 minutes already. I said I'd only do an hour. I might do a little bit longer. Packer said this. He said, Vart. Shh. Going out in half an hour for an Indian. Oh, he's taking the missus out with him. Make a bloody change. See you all later. See you later, Packer. Have a lovely one. And you, Mrs. Packer. Oh, look, he's called me on it as well. It was Packer, but I didn't realise it was entropy. Sorry, mate. I hope you were still here when I'd done it. Hang on, how long ago was that? 2:21. 9 minutes. Oh dear. Packer, let me know if you heard it or if you've got the absolute hump with me. Hans says, from 1946 to 1956, a bloke with the same surname as my grandfather and a proper Charlie Chaplin ruled as mayor of my town. Mum said he was a great uncle. That's a very weird little turnout, isn't it? When did you find that out, Hans? Today? Nice one, Hans. Nice one for the donation. That's very interesting, isn't it? Oh, you're related to the mayor. Not sure whether that's a lot of majesty. Nicholas has got a mate who had his knuckles tattooed. Yeah, hands were a bit weird, didn't they? Not hands, worse. He's a lovely fella. But, yeah. Face and hands is a dodgy old thing. Where's that Packer? Let's see if he got his shoes polished in time and out of the house, or whether I'm in all sorts of trouble. One share in NASDAQ and paid out as well. Okay. So it might have been. Once upon a time, there was a little white pill. Hello, Ralph. Good to see you. Another one said Biden-esque. This isn't what it was meant to be. SUBSTACK, if you love the innocent things kids say, there's an absolutely beautiful book. It was my go-to Christmas present for a while. It's R.D. Lang, the alcoholic psychotherapist, and it's called Conversations with Children. And it's things his kids said to him. And they were, I think there's a boy and a girl, and I think one's like 3 or 4 and the other one's 6. So they're right at that weird age where they're learning about the world. And it's not a novel, it's literally just the conversations, like in little paragraphs. But they're all, they're all the big themes. I was talking about fairy stories the other night and about how they're the big themes: love, hate, death, revenge, marriage, trauma, and it's things like a lot of them happen when he's saying good night to his kids. So they're in the bedroom and like he's tucked them in and that, just he's shutting the door. He goes, right, good night, kids, don't stay up all night talking, get some sleep. And then his daughter says something like, Dad, do you love God? And he goes, yeah, I love God. And then she says, do you love Mummy? He says, yeah, I love Mummy. And then she says, I'm telling God. And they're all like that. It's a whole book of them. And because he's a clever bod, old R.D. Lang, he knows the good ones to have made notes. Warten, juicy warten tea. It's a cracking book. R.D. Lang, Conversation with Children. You can pick it up on Amazon secondhand for like £2. So definitely worth a pop. Hello, Mr. Erst. Been a while. Nice to see you, son. Mark W. says, I'm so glad I didn't get turmoil tattooed across my belly in LA gangish way 20 odd years. Yeah. I can understand that. You got a £9 dividend off the FT100. I'm assuming you got a fair few quid in them, because I've got stocks in the FT, but only about 60 quid. I get messages from FREETRADE every day. You've got a dividend, or you've got an investment income. 37p. But as you all know, I'm in it for the long game. Some people invest. ETFs tend to give out good dividends, but I'm just a long-term investor. Hello, Ludwig. Good to see you, mate. Hello, Keys of the Kingdom. I'm not in it for the divvies, although I wouldn't turn them down. Is Emrys, hello, mate. Is a quiet var a shark? I want to know if I'm still friends with Packer. I'm deeply disturbed that he was right and I was wrong. Oh no, what am I going to do? I reckon by the time he gets to his naan breads, he'll be on his phone anyway. We'll have a look. Hello, Ben. Nice to see you. Hello, Roy. My mate just paid 800 quid to get his tattoos off his hands. Apparently, it's fucking agony. Excuse my English at this late hour. Apparently, it's real agony having tattoos removed as well. Like, tattoos don't hurt. They're uncomfortable. There's something wrong with you if you don't find someone sticking a needle repeatedly into your skin unpleasant, unless it's full of something unwise. But yeah, apparently has anyone here had a tattoo removed and can confirm? Stop the Biden bit. I don't like the Biden. Hello, Broken Silence. How are you? Eric's now an artist on a virtual reality project. I'm a better artist and programmer, but I'm also still the best programmer on the project. There you go. You know Mug, are you? I don't know where you got all that from. I do really. It'd have been your mother. Can I do an impression of Sleepy Joe? No. Impressions are really not my... They're not only not my strong point, they are my very, very weak point. Raymond says, left hand knuckle tattoo, hospital, right hand cemetery, and then say take your pick. Ooh, go on. There you go, Andy. Nice to see you, mate. From the mouths of babes. Snoopy, that's very kind of you. Big $20 smasher. Smash like, or Rags is going to get you. Yeah, with his fucking bow and arrow and all. He absolutely, but there's no point running from Rags. You can't run from the fella. I'm just going to sip some more coconut for a straw. Girlfriend started taking folic acid. It's on, people. It's on. It's all down to me now. All right, Rags, I've just seen that. I've just seen the cute kid Telegram comment. The problem with shorts is you can't really see them. They're a bit rubbish. Right, hang on. So there's a kid here with a northern accent. It's Rags promoting his own channel again. He's done it again. But we'll have a quick look. Yeah. Thank you, Snoopy. Much appreciated. Sounds like she's saying something naughty.
So black comment. That cunt.
Listen to what she's saying.
Yeah. What is it?
That cunt.
Pardon?
That cunt.
Black currant.
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
So black currant.
That cunt.
Black currant.
Yeah.
What is it?
That cunt.
Pardon?
That was very naughty of you, Ragnar. What's my next nostalgia video, Shell? I'm losing control. Oh, I'm going to send you a couple of videos. Yeah. You know my email. It's working again, Shell. Shell, did you sell out your stocks or did you keep hold of them? Because I remember you were doing all right at a while. Now, what was I talking about? I asked you all a question and I can't remember what it was. Hello, Tony. I don't know what that means. It's so quiet. Wow. Yeah, lad, get sun. I get a lot of sun out here. I sit in the garden when I wake up for 20 minutes. I don't have any screens or don't wake up and turn the computer on or get on my phone. I just sit in the garden and get a bit of sun. I haven't been yeeted. Hello, King Corona. Good to see you. I do not remember that being said. Ludwig. Yeah, Ludwig says, my favourite film with child actors is Whistle Down the Wind, one of the great British classics. Yeah, it's been a long time since I said it, but is he absent without leave? He's deserted, if I remember rightly. Correct me if I'm wrong. So this geezer, I think he's deserted from the military. It's an old black and white movie. And he hides out in this barn and all the local kids find him and they think he's Jesus. Is that right? I remember it being a wonderful film, but we're going back about 40 years. Oh, he's an escaped convict. Hello, Mega Essex boy. Do you literally have a rip a B load in the morning, do you? Roy Hunter says, I've got a great big rat on my thumb that's lost its head because someone tried to bite my thumb off in Ibiza. It sounds like they did bite a bit of your thumb off. That doesn't sound great. Yeah, it is. Well, I might have to watch that again. That's been I remember it being a very touching movie. How are they doing? I've still got some Everest, but they're in my general investment account. It's funny, isn't it, when you get the email, you've got investment income. You're like, whoa, 7 pence. Bugsy Malone is a great movie. It's a really great movie. Mega Essex boy played Fat Sam, King of the Slams. Some beautiful songs in it. So you wanna be a boxer? We got no chance. One in the chat, right? One in the chat. Hello, Mr. Hughes. Dangerfield ASMR. It's been said a few times tonight. Vart. I have turned it down a little bit because I was getting the fear. Don't wanna ruin the night. Oh, that's very kind, Shell. I didn't actually get your response. Did you hang on to your stocks, or did you sell when they went down? Everyone who's got stocks, I told you they'll go down, and I told you they'd go back up again. 10, 15 years. The only time you really need to look at them is if you hear in the news and that the stock market's exploded, then it might be time to sell. Like if they've gone up 70% in the last 5 years, then it might be time to get out. But you'll kick yourself if in another 5 years' time they've gone up another 70%. So there is. I've said it a few times, but there is a thing with investments to do with temperament. You know, you've got to have that temperament so that, let's say you've got 10 grand invested. If the stock market crashes or just goes down significantly, and your 10 grand is now 4 grand, and you think, fuck this, I can't afford this, I'll have nothing if it carries on. So you sell them. Well, that's not how it works. Just be patient and they'll get back up and over, you know. It's done it every time. It's done it every time. Just have a look at any of the main indexes, have a look at the historical charts from when they started, take any 15-year period. You know, some of them you can have 2 stock market crashes and they still come back bigger and better. So, you know, temperament. Don't just panic when they go down. They are going to go down. They are going to go back up. Shell Bobs drops a 5-bit in and says, for me and the doctor. That's Dr. Jimmy People, if you don't know. Nice one, Shell Bobs. Machano Kaprasha Cuckoo. Very kind. I have got a hell of a lot, but go for it, Billy. You're allowed. I have not reviewed 71 yet. I've got Belfast on the list. I've got that ready to watch. Otto hasn't got that temperament. Well, don't do it then. But it's silly though, Otto. If you started putting a few quid away now, 10 years you'll have an absolute fortune. Tony wants 10 grand in his hands. Tony, serious question. If you had 10 grand, what would you do with it? What's the name? Called her cat Tallulah. Then it was a boy. Yeah, but one in the chat, right? the thing about Bugsy Malone, when you saw it when you were a kid, were you so jealous? So jealous that you weren't acting in it. I was. Not jealous that I didn't live that weird cream pie life. I just wanted to be an actor. I knew it was a film. I knew it was fake, so to speak. But I desperately would have loved to. I thought they were so cool in their little what do you call them? Gangster cars with the pedals pedaling like nobody's business. Roy says, I had a good time at Marzipan's the other day, tea and crumpets. I showed him mine, he showed me his. His was bigger, then I made it in home in time for supper. It's good to know that, Roy. Sufist has been over Ian's as well. How lovely that people are getting together. Only invest what you can afford to lose, sure. But if you stick to the indexes and the ETFs that I continually bang on about, give it 10 years, you're going to be fine. I have just got back there though, Emma. Thank you, Shell Bobs and Dr. Jimmy, for that 5-bit. Appreciate you too. But we're not. I never said we're traders. We don't trade stocks. We're long-term investors. Nice one, John. You've only got 20 odd years left. What's the point? Well, because if you start investing now and you can get something decent away, in 5 years, you might have enough to make the next 15 years a lot better. If you get a little bit away every month, in 10 years, even if you only could get 300-400 a month away, in 10 years you could have over $1 million. So the last 10 years of your life, you could travel the world, do anything you want, or you could do something decent with that money. You could donate it to someone who could do real good out of it. That's why. Samster, you seem, that's a really defeatist attitude. It makes me sad because you're a good bloke. I've enjoyed talking to you before. I know you're having dramas and that at the moment, but if you let them break you, you've let them break you. Nice one, Ralph. I was certainly one of those too. What's the name? What's the splurge gun to this day? I don't know if you're allowed to say Jodie was a wee shag, unless I don't understand. Is that Scottish for something? You know what, Roy? I thought that. As I said it, Roy, I thought that seems a bit unlikely. That's probably Sufist. Oh, they kept trying to get you to do things, did they? You can sort your notifications out in the app though, but yeah, I don't have all those notifications. Maltese Welsh Elvis, 50 quid a week times 52 weeks. What, you want me to work that out for you? I can do it. I can do it for you, and I can work it out. Compound interest, and if we say 25%, which will almost certainly be beaten by the S&P and the Vanguard ETF S&P, I'll do it for you. This will blow your mind. Are you British? Because then it's tax-free as well. This will blow your mind. I'll show you as well. Bearing in mind, I put 2 ETFs in my Telegram. One's gone up 86% in 5 years. 86% in 5 years. The other one's gone up 46% in 5 years. So we're going to say 25% and be reasonable here. I'll take you through it. We've done it before, but when you actually show people the numbers, they start to understand it a bit more. Right, so this will be in dollars, but assume it's UK. So 50 quid a week. Well, assume that's £200 a month, right? So initial investment, first month, 200 quid. every other month, 200 quid. Length of time, you said 25 to 30. Let's say 25 years. 25 years. So that's a long time with compound interest, right? I'm going to say 25%, but the S&P beats that every other year. I reckon over 10 years, your average estimated interest rate is going to be more like 35-40%. But we'll say 25. Fuck the variance. That would be where we said, well, maybe 30 or maybe 15. We'll just keep it at 25. And every year, which your ISA does, it compounds. So 50 quid a week, yeah, every week for 25 years. There you go, 2.5 million. If you're British, that's in your stocks ISA, that's tax free. Now let's see what your actual investment was. So 200. My mouse is a bit. See, that's what happens with my mouse. So 200 a month. So 200 times 12 equals that times 25. That's the amount of years. So your investment of 60,000 on a very low estimation, 2.5 million English. I know it says dollars, but we're talking English. It doesn't really matter. 2.5 million, and you invested 60,000. Now, if we were to oomph that interest rate up to say something like 35%, which is probably more likely, 12 million in 25 years, your £60,000 investment is nearly 13 mil. 60 grand. Yeah, and if you're British and you've got an ISA, that's tax free, no income tax, no capital gains, nothing. 12.7 million. You can see the attraction. If I was 17 now, if I was anything up to, well, I'm doing it anyway, but if I was a youngster, I would work my ass off. I'd get whatever jobs I could, and I just think, just do it for 15 years so that I can get 700 quid a month. I'd live at my mother's. I could get 700 English, no, not 700, 500 English a month into my stocks ISA. You don't need to be a stockbroker. You just go for the usual suspects: FTSE 100, Vanguard, S&P Utilities, NASDAQ, Charles Schwab, FREETRADE wannabes. Spread it over about 8 or 9 indexes and ETFs. And I'd know if I was 20 that when I was 35, I'd be retiring with about 3.5 million. And I'd do it. I would just do it. I'd just work. I'd be very frugal. I wouldn't waste money on stupid things. And at 35, and when I say retire, I mean retire from those jobs. Maybe I'd use that money to set up some other businesses, things that I was really into. Maybe make a movie. If you've got 3 mil, you can make a fucking film. So it's certainly worth a pop. Meg of Essex boy fancied Jodie Foster. Wasn't she about? Well, okay, you did. I did too, but then I was only about 12, so I suppose it's allowed. Hello, Barkley. How are you, son? I imagine what it's doing is not letting the heat from your feet escape, so it feels like the wool is giving out warmth, but that's not. Yeah, it will happen, Shell. It will happen. Don't worry about it. I almost guarantee it, because it always has. What's it been? A year and a half, 2 years? It's nothing. Roy says the name's actually Suff. I'm known as Suff in real life. What is Suff? What is that, Suf? If I was the boy Walsh, I would be getting that 20. I'd be maxing out my ISA every year, and just happy days. You're absolutely right, Snoopy. I said it the other day. You know, it's almost impossible to lose out if you're doing 10, 15, 20 years, even 10. I mean, that channel Stealth Wealth Investing, he talks about 5 years. And with stocks going up 86% and 46% in 5 years. And like you say, the only thing that could fuck it is going to fuck everything else anyway. So if something happened to fuck it, that money wouldn't have been worth anything anyway. So I'm absolutely with you on that, Snoopy. It's a good call. And all those kids at private schools, they're taught this in their 5th year, so that when they get out and they get to the age where they can have an ISA, bang, they're on it. Their parents do it for them. Their parents aren't going to give away the chance for their 2 or 3 kids to have an ISA. They'll just do it for them. They'll just use their ISAs. Well, so am I, Otto, but you need to eat and you need to have a roof over your head. And as you get older, these things become more important. And also, the way the world's going, you know, you need the ability. I want the ability to move if need be. You know, I'm not. What do I own? Really, what do I own? What have I got? Clothes-wise, I've got 2 suits, 2 pairs of trousers, a pair of jeans, a laptop, and a guitar. I'm not about possessions. I am absolutely a bit of a Buddhist type. But I'm looking at having a family, and I'm a lot older than my missus. I don't want to live my last years terrified of what my missus is going to do for money and feed my kids when I cark it. Not really, Billy, because we were all the same age as her when we watched the film. Aramas had a little look at his Robin Hood. What kind of taxes do you pay in America on that? What do you get, entrepreneurs relief or anything like that? I've got to say, as much as I despise the British government, the old tax-free ISA is a great call. Hello, Mr. Arklow, how are you? That is why we're whispering. And we've just hit 3 o'clock in the morning, so I think I'm going to have to go. Well, Snoopy, I have done. It's the difference between trading and investing. We're not traders. I'm not saying buy, sell. I'm saying buy, forget, sell. That's it. Yeah, that's the lovely bit. Yeah. Oh, nice one. That's very kind of you. It's the seaside. Mark, D, lads. Yeah, glad you enjoyed it. Yes, you can leave shares in a will. Yeah, you absolutely can. Because they're an asset, aren't they? They're part of your estate. But I think they'd have to be sold because otherwise you'd have 2 ISAs. So they'd have to be converted into money. But you can still leave the the money is still, they don't go away. The government don't nick them because you died. There you go. Look, Dennis's mum and brother's got their ISAs, but I'm not talking about your ISA, your savings account. That's a lot of bollocks. Your money's going to go down in value in that. Tony Introvert says, "You actually begging?" No, I don't think I was I? Not sure that I was. How is that not an option, Jess? If you can do £50 a month, do it. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at those figures, Jess. Right? Let's have a look at 50 quid a month. Okay, here we go. Right, so it says it's in dollars, Jess, but let's have a look. I'll take this message off the screen so we can see it. So forget the dollar sign, it's just English. So you put 50 quid in first month, and then you get 50 quid in the second month. Now don't forget, Jess, you've got things like birthdays, Christmas, but you've got birthdays, Christmas, and all that sort of thing to think about, that you can, top up a few extra quid. So you put 50 quid in a month. Jess, you're very young, so let's say 20 years, yeah? So what are you now, 20-ish? All right, actually, let's say 15 years. So you'll be about 35, right? We'll give it an ungenerous interest rate, compound it annually. 70,000. Now let's see what you've actually put in to get 70,000. You've put in 50 times 12 equals, hang on a minute, I've got to do it from the keyboard. 50 times 12 equals 600 times 15. So your 9,000, Jess, is going to tuck you up nearly 70 grand tax free. 9 grand. Now let's look at that again and be a bit more generous, like it usually is. Let's up it a little bit. Let's say it's 35. You're 9 grand when you're 35. 157,000. Buy yourself an house somewhere. So that is an option for you. And like I said, you might only be able to get a bullseye in every month. Birthdays, Christmas, this and that, John says, I've tried this. So you've maxed out your ISA for the last 3 years, have you, John? Listen, people, look, I've tried this with 20 grand a year. That's your ISA limit, right? You can't go higher. That's what you're allowed before you start paying. You can go higher, but you pay tax over that. So John says, I've tried this with 20 grand a year for the last 3 years. I'm not going to tell you what I'm worth, but don't sit on your hands. Thank you, John. Fuck me, I bet you're absolutely laughing. The last few years have been crazy. And also, people, it's not like a minefield. I can give you 10, 5 indexes, 5 ETFs. Bosh, 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 bosh. And then forget about it. I waste all my money at the bookies. Well, there you go. That's what I used to. Fair amount. Well, not really. I used to find a quid and try and turn it into a tenner so I could buy a bag. Worked a few times as well. Once. But, it gave these things. No, fuck the bank. You don't need a bank. You don't need to involve them. I don't know a lot about that side of it, but why would the banks be advising you? You just there's the usual suspects. It's the S&P 500, and then the Vanguard S&P, and then you can even get some Tesla, some Apple, some PayPal. 20% of your overall investment. Take a little bit of a risk outside of the index gain. But just go to YouTube and type in ETFs for 2022, indexes for 2022. Watch 10 videos, write down all the ones they advise. At the end of that 10 videos, put a tick, rank them. How many videos mentioned that one out of the 10 you watched? How many videos mentioned that one? And then you'll have a list, and that's it. Because they know what they're talking about. It's really easy. So it's Suf, not Soof. Billy, email me. I can help you with it, man. Rich people have been doing this for decades. It's just standard. Exactly. You're all right, Rags. We're having no trouble here. I'm going to wrap it up in a minute anyway because it's nearly 3. It's gone 3 o'clock. Nice one, Raymond. Vaping using the mouth and reading, as women say, women say men can't multitask. Good stream, yeah. And trying to stay awake and trying to whisper. Nice one, Raymond. You've been very, very generous for a long time now. Thank you, Raymond. No, I get that, Jess, at your age, but maybe get a couple of crappy little jobs. Grind your teeth when you do them. But think of it like this, Jess. You might get a job that pays minimum wage, but that 8 or 9 quid or whatever it is, see that as 100 quid an hour, because that's what it could be by the time, or more, by the time you decide to cash out. Yeah, I don't go anywhere near forex. I don't go in. I know nothing about it. I've got a lot of friends who've lost a lot of money trading currencies. It's so easy to. Well, you can just get an ISA and not declare it. Just get a free trade and do it. And don't tell the government. But you don't want to do that. I could not advise stronger than not telling the government what you're earning, because they'll catch you and they'll fuck you. Then your credit score will go down the pan. Then you'll never get a mortgage. Now you might say, I don't want a fucking mortgage. Well, I don't know how old you are, but a mortgage isn't only a place to live. A mortgage is a real estate investment that you then rent out, and then you've got people paying you money every month, which then pays for the house that you then do up and sell for 200 grand more than you paid for it 10 years later, including the price of the house going up on top of that. So you declare your earnings. It's absolute theft. It's like 40% in it, the second breath 40%, and then it goes up to 45%. Yeah, Jess, my email if you want a bit of an hand. Exactly that, Shell. Even a tenner, because in 10 years that could be worth 200 quid. You don't miss payments. It doesn't work like that. You get free trade on your phone, and then you say, all right, I'm gonna buy some S&P 500 stocks. So you top up free trade from your bank. You have to link your bank account to free trade. And then so you move 20 quid or however much S&P 500 or whatever index or ETF or stock you want to buy. You move that from the bank to your free trade. And then you just say, yeah, I want to buy £30 worth of whatever index. Press buy, boop, boop, boop. And then you've got it. That's it. You then own 30 quid's worth of that stock. You don't. It's not a loan. You're not paying anything off. You've then bought that stock. Absolutely, exactly that. Yeah. No, you haven't, Pizzle. Liam says don't get Tesla. My Tesla are doing fucking remarkably well. Why would you say that? Liam, right, okay everyone, let's do this. This will be interesting. Let's have a look at the price of Tesla at the moment. And we'll remember this day. Liam says don't buy Tesla. I would disagree. I wouldn't advise buying individual shares. I'd stick with the indexes, but if you're going to go individual. Right, this is the 5-year chart of Tesla. I'll take Liam's message off the screen. So this is the 5-year chart. It went from $60, peaked to 846, dipped down to 600 odd, peaked to 11, went down to 809, and is now 107. Right, so it's 1,077 as of today-ish. So 1,077. I'll put that in the chat so we can watch this video back. Someone remind me in 5 years. See what Tesla's worth in 5 years. They are. So you did see your email. You did see your donation read out. So there you go. We'll have a look at Tesla in 5 years. Tesla are making so many motors. They're investing in so many things. They're building car plants in China. They got one in Germany. I reckon Tesla's definitely worth it. I agree with you on that though, Liam, for sure. Yeah, forex trading it is just posh gambling. Yes. Packer says, can Chris speak up? It's noisy in here. Well, Chris is gonna speak up and fuck off. Me, not you, because it's 3:15 and I'm gonna go to bed. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. We will have a bit of Alex. I'll put your messages on the screen. Thank you all for joining me for a weekend wandering, whispering chill stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. There wasn't a lot going on, but you know. Oh Lord, that's a terrible story, Roy. Ouch. Well, Billy, people say that to me. They say, what? You've got stocks in like, you know, I've got like S&P 500 tech, which is Apple, Amazon, Facebook, right? Aren't you, you know, haven't you got ethical concerns with that? Well, I've got an iPhone. I use Windows. I shop on Amazon. You're in that world, you know. I used to think like that when I was a communist. When I was a communist, I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not eating in restaurants because, you know, you have this understanding that the economy is a, what do they call it? A zero-sum game. And if I enjoy something, someone else isn't, because that's the bullshit they teach you. But, you know, you go and buy a loaf of bread, you go and buy a McDonald's, you're putting money into corporations' hands. It's a bit like cutting your nose off to spite your face if you're not going to, you know, get your chunk of a pie, because not buying those stocks isn't going to affect them. I think that's weirdly a fair point, actually, as long as you're not hurting anyone and you can do good with it. It's a very good call, actually, Vlad. Vlad, it's going to be Vlad because I always get it wrong and all my speech impediments come out. No, I didn't say you did, Billy, but I used to. And you get this idea that you can't enjoy things. Right, let's get Alex out. Let's get that little bastard. Where is he? Where is he? Right, there you go. Well, thank you all for joining me for this stream. Thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks to Rags, and I think all the dentist boy's probably got his head under his pillow with his fucking tooth. I hope he's feeling a bit better. Look after yourself, people. If anyone does want any advice about all that stuff, you know, the value of your stocks will go down as well as up, but historically they've always gone back up. But you know, I've got no reason to tell you all this apart from I want you to have secure lives. I want you to be financially aware, and you know, money gives you choices, and choices give you freedom. And if you want to get married, and if you want to have children, or even if you're older, you don't want to be stuck in a ghetto. You know, we all want our nations to go back to their sovereignty and their national identity. But what if they don't, and you can't get out of the ghetto? A few quid's gonna get you out, even if that few quid means moving to a different country. You know, you're going to be... there's a bloke who doesn't come around here so much, Ray Surrealist. He's the only white person left in his street. He says it's like fucking Somalia out in the streets. There's like machete fights and God knows what in the streets. He's really sick, like, you know, got loads of shit going on. And he can't do anything about it. And it would be nice to know that you can get, you know, my parents didn't do any of this stuff. I learned all this because I talk to people. But you know, as individuals, you can make a difference by doing this kind of thing, showing that you've been successful in that area, and then the younger generation will have conversations with you, and you'll say, well, I did this, I did think a bit about the future. I didn't become obsessed with it. I just tucked a few quid away because all the rich people are doing it because they want to stay rich. You know, don't let, you know, it's the whole I hate books lark. It's all that. It's all part of the same thing. Nice one, Raymond. Soon we'll become 100-minute whispering medalist. Cheers, Raymond. King of the whisperers. There you go, Snoopy. Build a home, raise a family, teach your children, change the world. What? You can't. That's brilliant. Oh my God. Hello, son. You know, I was just thinking, honestly, Ray, I was just thinking, I wonder if he lurks still. How are you, Ray? Ray, ping me an email. I always feel like I'm bugging you when I write to you. How lovely that you're here. Absolutely lovely. Nice one, Ray. That's lovely. And I can't imagine you're just here by chance. I reckon you've been lurking for a while over a few streams. I hope you're all right, Ray. Oh, that's put a smile on my face. All right, people, take care. Look after yourself, Ray. If you don't email me, I'll email you. Oh, well, I will remember because that was quite lovely then. This is Alex Jones. People, listen, don't get into this mindset that this isn't for you. Don't get into your mindset that it's some hocus pocus internet thing. People have been doing this for years and it works. And like I think it was Snoopy that said it, I can't remember. But the only way you'll lose out of this long-term investment strategy is if things get so bad that it won't matter anyway. It's a cool thing. Oh, Jeff. Hello, Zeitgeist. Everyone's been calling me Biden. I just don't want to wake up the missus. See you later, honey monster. I'll be putting your messages on the screen. Lovely to see you there, Ray. That's Really nice. Yeah, do that. Do that, people. Just go, all you've got to type in is, good Lord, compound interest calculator. That's what I showed. Work out how much you put in. And also go onto YouTube and type in indexes or ETFs for 2022. And then whatever they say, then search that index for so if they say S&P 500 Vanguard, get the ticker. The ticker is what it's called on the stock exchange. That'll be like $ QQQ or something. And then type in historical charts, $QQQ. And then when you get the historical chart, which might be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, take any 10-year, any 10-year chunk out of that and see what your investment would have risen by, and put those numbers through the compound interest calculator. Cheers, Snoopy. I've appreciated having someone who understands the game on the firm. Hello, Nyanthos. See you later, Nyanthos. Yeah, if you've got money in the bank, it's going down in value. That's not a guess, that's a promise. If you've got £10,000 or $10,000 sitting in the bank, in 5 years it's probably going to be worth about 7,500. It's going to go down. Banks are offering something stupid like, what is it, 1%? It's like, what? Why would I give you that? What? And people do. People put their life savings in the bank, hundreds of thousands of pounds. It's like, you could chuck that on the indexes and pay the taxes, and 5 years you'll be laughing. Oh, I know. You know what, Otto? People keep telling me that when I get back to Dartford, I'm going to be shocked, and I don't want to. Is that what the normal ISA is? 0.1%. I just mean, really. Oh, good Lord. All right, people, I've got to go. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let me just make sure I haven't missed an entropy. No. Look after yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow. It'll be an early one tomorrow. Well, not early, but rather than a later stream. Take care, people. Bless you all. Listen. Don't take my word for it. Go onto YouTube after this stream and type in something like long-term index investing or long-term ISA investing, and there's thousands of videos of people telling you exactly what I've told you. Hello, Alphabet Cat. See you later, Alphabet Cat. Inflation is a hidden tax, but when you look at the historical charts of all those indexes, you can click a button that says adjust for inflation, and you're still doing fine. You still, when you've got these indexes going up 80%, you're going to be fine. And also, you leave your money in there while it's high inflation. You don't worry about that. Yeah, don't confuse. Don't get a general investment account. You want your stocks and shares ISA. Take care, people. Bless you all. I'll see you in the morning. Here's Alex. Let me know you've got audio because my mouse isn't working. You may well not have.
The paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we want to eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weirdo woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son.
Exactly, John.
Gonna stab you
Exactly.
with a
If
butcher
we've got
knife,
it,
and
they
never
can't have
gets
it.
cheap, gonna
Exactly.
say.
It's
We
a
love our
political move.
Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning.
Weirdly enough, so was I. It's a very peculiar thing. But listen, that comment that John made, I made that on this channel a while back. You know, if the indigenous people of Britain are generating that wealth, and that money is ours, we get to keep it, and it puts us in a stronger position. Look after yourselves, people.